name is Madison. Stephanie and I will be addressing the issue of banning the use of electronics in the classroom. Over the past 30 years since the establishment of the first laptop by Adam Osborne in 1981, the educational environment has seen a growth in the impact and prevalence of electronics. We propose the claim that electronics should be banned from the classroom setting. In regards to this debate, we will define electronics as laptops, tablets, cell phones, whether they be smart or not. Classroom settings as all levels of educational teaching, and banned as being turned off and out of sight. Our inherency claim is there is an inconsistency in the regulation and policies regarding the use of electronics in the classroom. According to NIA today, 70% of schools who previously had bans on cell phones have dropped their bans. Not only are schools now allowing the use of electronics, but they have begun to encourage students to bring their electronics to school. The New York Times recently wrote of a school district in Houston imposing a BYOD, bring your own device policy. On the other hand, many schools stress the electronic use in the classroom is unethical, and as University of Missouri says, not to be surprised if your actions develop a negative impression from your instructors. Research shows that there are countless policies specific to each school and even classes. NIA Today tells of some schools in Michigan that adopted new straightforward rules and guidelines for educators that were designed to meet the needs of students and educators' concerns. Posted on doors would be either a green or a red light, depending on whether you can or cannot use electronics. Students should not have to trouble themselves with such inconsistency from one classroom to the next. Often, a student is cleared to use their laptop in one classroom, only to be dropped from a class if they use it in another. This confusion and lack of an overarching understanding can be solved through our implication of a nationwide ban. Our significance claims are, first, the presence of electronics in the classroom has created a huge distraction to the learning process. Second, electronics are an additional tool to aid the act of cheating. And lastly, test scores are shown to be directly impacted by the use of electronics. To begin, electronics create a distraction from the learning process. Think of the times in which you were distracted from a class. I can recall moments in which I lose focus due to the sound of a fellow classmate's phone going off, seeing the Forever 21 page open on a Shopaholics laptop in front of me, and even a message popping up on my own laptop, taunting me to take away from my note-taking. A study done in 2010 by Pothurst reports nearly 77% of students are distracted during class. Pothurst goes on to explain that these distractions are not necessarily limited to receiving phone calls, but also texting, browsing, checking emails, and so forth. The most obvious distraction to others is caused by an unexpected ringing of a cell phone. Not only can the sound distract a student, but it can distract a professor. Distracting the professor takes away from the learning experience of the class as a whole. When in actuality, some may argue that although it is true individuals are distracted by electronics in the classroom, the ability to multitask negates the need to eliminate the distraction. When in actuality, multitasking, according to Peter Bigman of Harvard Business Review, can decrease productivity by 40%, increase stress, and even potentially cause a 10-point drop in IQ. Both laptops and cell phones are currently used in greater frequency outside the classroom, and can therefore impinge on the learning due to the process-associated use. According to a recent release from Apple, App Store now has more than 1 million apps available for purchase. That means more than 1 million ways you can be distracted from the class due to a cell phone. In addition to being distracted, electronics aid the act of cheating in the classroom. Cheating has been a problem with schools since the 1940s. In the 1940s, 20% of college students admitted to cheating in high school. Today, between 75 and 98% of college students each year report to have cheated in high school, according to the website nocheating.org, which could quickly searching the combination technology and cheating, one can find a number of websites promoting ways to cheat. According to complex.com, there's 50 techniques involving technology that can be used to cheat today. U.S. News and World Report surveyed 1,013 teens, and 2/3 of the respondents to the poll say that they have seen people cheat in their school using cell phones. More than half admit themselves to using the internet to cheat. Not only can electronics be used to look up answers during a test, but they can also be used to take photos of tests. Once photos are out there, they can be shared and downloaded throughout other people. Laptops can be used to plagiarize and purchase essays and papers from websites such as School Sucks, which offers custom essays, pre-written essays, and book reports. Our final significance claim is test scores are shown to be directly impacted by the use of electronics. A study by Duncan, Westra, and Wilcox in 2012 demonstrated that students who reported regular cell phone use in class showed an average negative grade difference of 0.36 plus or minus 0.8 on a 4-point scale. While in contrast, according to the 2015 Times article, test scores rise after cell phones banned from school, schools that enforce a strict ban on cell phones saw a 6% climb in test scores. The statistics do not lie. Banning electronics would assist in boosting test scores. Our solvency claim states, prior to the boom of technology, there were strict enforcements of policies against electronics in the classroom. Putting an end to the leniency of electronic use will reestablish an environment in which learning thrives. Our proposed plan of action is, there should be a nationwide policy banning the use of electronics in the classroom. The exception to this will be classes that require computer software, such as classes with labs or design course. Failure to abide by these will result in a warning for the first offense, being kicked out of class for the second offense, and a 0 for class participation in the third offense for students. The faculty have a 3-strike policy, resulting in being fired in the last strike.